when I get back.
Welcome, everyone. My name is Rebecca Fishman, and I am a co-creator of this musical in progress, Breaking Open.
We are so glad you're here. My name is Evan Premo, co-creator of Breaking Open and artistic director of Northwoods Music Collaborative. We would like to dedicate this program this evening to David Ruffin, friends of so many people in this room, dear friend of mine, and he was going to be on stage with us tonight, but unfortunately sustained a very, very serious water injury, and so we've been just devastated by that, but also really trying to channel him in this performance and just sending as much healing energy his way as we can. And I'm going to do my best to sing the parts that David was going to sing, and they're big shoes to fill. But thank you for your patience with me, and I'll be channeling him and all that he's taught me in so many different ways. Yeah, so this is for David.
And yeah, really offering to David the same healing through music as he has brought so many people. And we really feel that that is his life's work, is healing through music. And so we are hoping to channel that energy tonight. Writing a musical is an iterative process, and we've decided to invite the audience along with us as we write this show. So this is now the third time that we're performing in it. It is in a different shape. So thank you for coming along with us as we figure out what this work wants to be. And of course, along the way, we're extremely lucky to collaborate with other really talented artists, two of whom are sharing the stage tonight, the brilliant musicians, Margie Gear on violin, and Dan Sedgwick on piano.
Blessed are you, Lord our God, King of the universe. You are the source of all good things, blessed of all our blessings. We lift our voice in praise. We lift our voice in praise for the sky above, for the sun and rain, for the ox and grass, for the oil and grain, for the fig and date, for the nut and the pine, for the bread we share, for the fruit of the vine. Blessed are you, Lord our God, King of the universe. You are the source of all good things, blessed of all our blessings.
There's a story you know. Almost everyone knows it. It's a birth story, the story of how a virgin miraculously gave birth to the Son of God. It's also a death story about how that God became a martyr and died a horrible, torturous death for our sins. Pretty far out there, right? They're myths, really, but unlike other myths, they're based on real people. Jesus, his mother Mary, his lover, Mary Magdalene. We'll get to her in a bit. Let's start with the mother.
Mary, Holy Mary, Mother of God, Our Lady, Madonna, Star of the sea, Blessed Virgin.
But what if she wasn't a virgin? What if what happened to Mary wasn't a miracle? What if what happened to her was what happened to most 14-year-old Jewish girls under Roman occupation who became pregnant out of wedlock? That she was raped by a Roman soldier? And what if putting Mary at the center of her own story helped us to reimagine this myth and everything it has come to stand for? And what if allowing for this version of the story didn't make it any less holy, but instead made it more holy?
Mary, Holy Mary, Mother of God.
That's what we've been thinking about for the past 2 years, Evan and I. Almost 2 years ago, he gave me a book by Jane Shaberg. She's a Catholic scholar who proposed this theory back in the 70s. It didn't go over well at the time, and she paid the price. Her car got bombed. That's a whole other story for another time, but the point is, Evan read it, and the story of Jesus' birth for the first time ever for him became real and relevant and relatable. 1 in 4 women experience rape or attempted rape in their lifetime. And if all women carry the eggs of their unborn children with them from birth, then almost all women carry at least a cellular memory of that violence. Imagine if we allowed the story at the heart of Christianity to encompass a truth that all women carry in their bodies. But we're getting ahead of ourselves. For the moment, I want us to focus on her, on Mary, and who she was before all this happened to her. What do we know? Not much, except that she was young and poor and Jewish, living somewhere near the Sea of Galilee, engaged to be married to Joseph, a much older man, as was the custom. She's not yet a wife or a mother. She's still a virgin in its truer ancient sense from the Greco-Roman virgo, meaning a woman who is sovereign unto herself, inviolable, whole.
She's still a child, in love with the world, maybe shirking her duties, not ready to shrink into the limited roles allowed women at the time. Late to the Sabbath dinner at which her betrothed awaits, she runs in with an armful of wildflowers.
After the rain, I knew there'd be flowers. I went to find the rose. I followed the stream into the mountains, a path where no one goes. The wind in my hair, I kept climbing higher. Our village looked so small. I didn't know where it was leading. I found a waterfall. Felt it spray on my face, felt its cool on my cheek, slipped and fell on the rocks, felt the chill rushing in. No one to stop me from diving. I swam in the pool, I tasted its freshness, felt my head in the sand, felt the sun on my skin. No one to stop me from dreaming. I didn't know where I was going. I found the mountain rose. Can you believe that in this desert there is a waterfall?
She still has her awe, but the world that Mary lived in was a harsh and violent place. Occupied Judea at the fringes of the Roman Empire was rife with uprisings led by messianic figures. And just a few years before Jesus' birth, an entire town in Galilee was leveled in retaliatory slaughter by the Romans, who lined the roads with 2,000 crucifixions as a warning to those that lived. Mary very likely would have lost friends and family to this violence and lived in its shadow.
And the Romans had other forms of social control, rape being the easiest and most effective. Was Mary aware of this threat? We can imagine her mother's warnings sounding like a bell there, and then gone. She is a child still, lost in her own world, until she isn't. I've had this moment after something traumatic happens where I'm stuck in a loop of regret. And I imagine Mary might have felt the same way. What did she wish she hadn't done the day that her life changed? What story did she tell herself to make herself feel like she had any control?
If it hadn't been market day, if I hadn't taken the shorter way, if I hadn't been running late, I could smell the olives and dates if my mouth hadn't watered. Distracted by hunger if I hadn't snuck a taste of mother's famous fig paste. If he hadn't seen me stop, if I hadn't let my shawl drop, suddenly he was right there next to me. His helmet gleamed, his hand grabbed my arm. sung out an alarm. Why was nobody around? In all of Sephoris, not a sound. If I had been louder, if I had cried out, shouted, given them no reason to doubt what was happening. This soldier's hand on my mouth, if my teeth had been sharper, if I could fight harder, but I could not fight back. His knee on my back, and it all went black after that. But I swear to you, Elizabeth, as God is my witness, but how can God witness? As God is my witness, but how can God witness that?
She is frozen in this moment as she tells her cousin Elizabeth what happened. She knows her life is effectively over. No man will marry her now. According to Jewish law at the time, Joseph, even if he did believe her, is released from his obligation to marry her. She will either be stoned to death if the village elders find her guilty of adultery, or she will become no one, and so will her child. Elizabeth is all too familiar with these consequences. She's older and wiser, a healer, what some societies would call a witch. And in every good story, the witch is the one who knows exactly what to do to fix the problem. She sings to Mary as she makes a potion of herbs in order to end the pregnancy. We'd like to invite Melissa Bruff up to sing Mary's part in this song, and Rebecca is going to sing Elizabeth's part.
Hush, my dearest, no more words. I've heard enough, you're not the first. And something tells me you won't be the last to be left hurting in the dirt. But worry not, my darling dove, if life has taught me anything, it's that in time all wounds must pass away. Now wipe your tears and help me sing. Take this wormwood, take this rue. They will help you start anew. Drink the poison that I named. Make them think that you've been tamed. End the old world, make another. Look out for your sister, mother. These are things we women do. It's time for you to learn it too. This will be our secret now. Do not tell another soul. Your father would not understand. He'd cast you out into the cold. Your mother's heart would break anew, and she just lost another child. Let's keep this just between ourselves and give her peace for a short while.
And what of Joseph? Will he know the time to join his house is drawing near?
Let the medicine run its course. With any luck, he'll never know, my dear. You must keep these secrets hidden, buried in the folds inside your heart, tucked away amongst the linen, just another womanly art. Your body will shape-shift at times, against your will, maybe it's true. So play the game, wear the mask, do exactly as they ask, but always keep one part for you. Here is wormwood, here is rue. They will help you start anew. Drink the poison that I named. Make them think that you've been tamed. And the old world, make another. Look out for your sister, mother. These are things we women do. It's time for you to learn it too. It's time for me to learn it too.
Mary drinks Elizabeth's potion. But the same herbs that can be used to induce abortion can also have psychedelic effects. And so she experiences an angelic visitation.
Blessed are you among all women. Mary, Mary, you carry a child of God.
Dagger of light, darkness surrounds me.
You shall bear a child soon.
Open my
He
eyes,
shall be the Son of Man.
allow me to see.
Whose life will be a sacrifice, whose love will raise the lowly up.
Dagger of light, how have you found me?
His sword of truth will level kings.
Open my heart
A beam of light shot through the dark.
to all that can be.
His words will echo and ring out, a message new
Dagger of
to every
light, you
heart.
are astounding. You are the sword.
We all like stains of blood.
Open the wound so that I may fully be.
And the love will triumph over fear. People talk about a certain kind of experience that you can have, a kind of breaking open. Some people have it on psychedelics, or by having a near-death experience, something that pushes them to the limits of their capacity as humans, and then reorders their sense of the world and fills them with awe and wonder. I've had this experience a few times with mushrooms, and I wanted to tell everyone I know that we are all one. Separation is just an illusion. Everything is going to be okay. And I wanted to run out into the street and start shouting it. And Mary actually does that in this case after her otherworldly visit. First she sings to Elizabeth, and then to the women at the village well, to anyone who will listen.
And this is the cool thing. According to the Bible, she actually sings. She bursts into song. Her life literally becomes a musical. And that is the Magnificat, her song of praise that inspired a whole lineage of sacred music going back to the 4th century.
Here comes a song, it's my soul song, it's a love song. It's a song of praise, it's a song for you, and it won't be long till we're all gonna sing it, we're gonna sing it. Oh, we're gonna sing it. I am magnified, you are glorified. I am magnified. I am magnified. You are glorified. I am magnified. I was so low. I was in the dirt, abandoned. Had nowhere to turn, thought my life was over, but I was so wrong. I've got something to say, and it's coming on strong. It's coming on strong. I am magnified. You are glorified. I am magnified. I am magnified. You are glorified. I am magnified. 'Cause you've raised me up, and I've seen it all in my mind's eye. How the mighty will fall, and the weak will rise, and we will praise you to the skies above, to the heavens above, to the glory above. I am magnified. You are glorified. I am magnified. I am magnified. You are glorified. I am magnified. And the poor will know it is our time, for he is coming. We won't be left behind until we're all free. None of us can be, because we belong to one another. You see, we are magnified. magnified. We are glorified. We are magnified. We are magnified. We are glorified. We are magnified. I am magnified. You are glorified. I am magnified. I am magnified. I am magnified.
This moment is so joyous, and it is also short-lived. Even if she is carrying a child of God, the reality of Mary continuing her pregnancy still carries dire consequences. What to do about Joseph, who she is set to marry in a few months? Will he believe that she was raped? Will he be merciful and either go through with the marriage, taking the child as his own, or quietly divorce her so that she can at least live on the margins, becoming a forgotten person? As an elder, Elizabeth acts as her intermediary, petitioning Joseph to have mercy. But Joseph wavers. He is a good and pious man and wants to follow Jewish law, and the law in this situation is not clear-cut. In the meantime, Mary goes into hiding, staying with Elizabeth under the pretext of preparing her dowry. But rumors soon begin to spread around the village, and it's not long before Mary's mother discovers the truth. She confronts Mary and Elizabeth, then goes to Mary's father, who in turn brings the news to the village tribunal.
The night the tribunal meets to decide Mary's fate, Joseph has a strange dream, or maybe it's a visitation as well. In it, an angel tells him that he must protect Mary and her unborn child, that he must take them and flee, and that is exactly what he does. He gets up the next morning, goes straight to Mary's house and demands to see her, and tells her to meet him that night. They will go to Bethlehem, where he has friends who might take them in, and beyond that is unknown to them. So let's imagine them now, Mary and Joseph, crossing the desert in the middle of the night. It's so cold, it's winter time. They're basically strangers, and yet they are everything to each other now as they travel into this new life. It doesn't seem like a coincidence that we celebrate Jesus' birthday right after the winter solstice. It's the darkest time of the year when the light is weakest. So weak that we need to carry the light inside us until it can grow strong enough to hold its own. As they walk that night alone except for the stars lighting the path, alive to the terror and excitement of the not knowing, Mary and Joseph surrender to guidance from a power that still holds them. They can feel it, and then later they can hear it. We're going step by step towards the unknown. No map to lead us down the right road. How will we know the way? Who'll guide our hand when we're outcasts in a strange land?
This is new. Can you feel it too?
Just you and me.
We'll have to wait and see how it goes.
How everything unfolds.
You've left it all behind. That life is gone. The safety you have known for so long. We're following the star inside my heart, and we will try to find a new start.
We're all alone, so very far from home.
Oh, stars so bright, lead us through this night.
Show us the way. from darkness into day. We've had to turn away from what is past. These older ways of being won't last. The light is guiding us to be as one, and He will show us how our Son. He is new.
He is new.
Can you feel it too?
I can
how
feel
it can be?
too.
Then we will be free, and we must hope.
And hope can grow. It will be so. This is new. Did you hear that too?
It doesn't take long for the village to discover their absence. In some ways, their escape makes things easier. They're as good as dead and can be mourned as such. The village recites the Kaddish, the Jewish prayer of the dead, which to this day is still said in Aramaic, the language spoken during the time of Jesus. Why did it remain in Aramaic? Well, according to the Talmud, angels do not understand Aramaic, keeping the Kaddish firmly in the earthly realm, for us humans alone.
Who is cast out by their mother and father? I loved her like she was my daughter. I loved her like she was my daughter. I pushed her away, we were oil and water. What have I done, my only daughter? What have I done, my daughter?
I offered her up like a lamb to the slaughter. What have I done, my only daughter, my only daughter?
Say shalom b'nava. Uya say shalom. Aleinu v'yakol Yisrael v'yimru. Amen.
As Mary and Joseph approach Bethlehem, and the star guiding them grows brighter, and the angels accompany her, Mary sings a lullaby to her unborn child, pledging her devotion to him no matter what happens. She knows what will happen. She sings it anyway.
I have made a home in my body for you. Like a seed you will grow, I will keep you. When the time comes, I'll release you. Through feast and famine, I will raise you, feed you and clothe you and bathe you, teach you and scold you and praise you. When the storm clouds come, I will shelter you. No matter what happens, I'll protect you. No matter how hard, I'll defend you. When they take you from me, I will grieve for you. Cover my eyes and weep for you. Open my heart and let it bleed for you. This is the price I will pay for you. This is the life that I gave to you. This is what I swore when I made you.
We've reached the end of Act 1. And we all know what happens. She has the baby. The end. But seriously, what do we make of all this now that we've looked a little deeper inside the story? And how has our relationship with this woman changed? If we allow Mary to be at the center of her own story and allow her and everyone around her to be both utterly human and utterly divine. Imagine what history would look like if this wasn't the untold story, but the story. If the mother was as important as the father and the son. What's so remarkable is that there's another person in Jesus' life who may have embodied that possibility, and her name was also Mary, Mary Magdalene. The flip side of the coin in the whole virgin whore complex. And if the only way the world could stomach what happened to Mary was to call her a virgin, maybe calling Mary Magdalene a whore was the easiest answer to the mystery of who she really was. We're going to take a short break, and then we'll return with her story, which is, of course, also a continuation of the one you just heard. we've reached the second act of Breaking Open, and our second Mary, Mary Magdalene. Maybe even more than the Virgin Mary, she has been a blank slate for each era to work through their relationship to female power and sexuality. But we actually know very little about her, even less than we know about Jesus' mother. The Bible leaves few clues, the historical record even less. The traditional story is that she was a woman of dubious origins, a prostitute possessed by demons who is healed by Jesus and subsequently becomes a devoted follower. So devoted that she ends up as the sole witness to the resurrection. Other versions say she was a wealthy benefactor who supported Jesus' ministry, but more Gnostic and feminist traditions hold that she was actually a spiritual teacher herself, the embodiment of the Egyptian goddess archetype Isis in the Christian era. In the 1950s, archaeologists discovered a cache of sacred texts buried in a cave by Egyptian monks. One of these texts came to be known as the Gospel of Mary Magdalene. We can see it as her testimony, the closest thing to her voice that we have. And make no mistake, this message upends everything the church came to stand for, because it proposes a direct, intimate, personal relationship with God. The idea that God is not something outside of ourselves, but that God is in everyone. And you don't need to worship Jesus to find it. You just have to go inward.
So where did she come up with this? In our version of the story, Jesus and Mary Magdalene meet as equals and are changed and challenged by each other. His devotion to God up to this point has been in the tradition of an ascetic, the denial of the body in order to purify the spirit. Mary Magdalene comes at it differently. She understands that the body is a doorway to the spirit. It is the body that allows us to walk that knife's edge of pain and pleasure, encounter our demons, and dance with them through doorways of initiation.
So how did they meet? And who introduced them? There is a possible thread here between Jesus' history and Mary Magdalene's link to the Egyptian mystery schools. According to the Gospel of Matthew, Mary and Joseph fled to Egypt to hide baby Jesus from King Herod, who sought his death. What if, while she was there, Mother Mary was introduced to the cult of Isis? And what if she picked up this thread again when Mary Magdalene, a high priestess and initiate of Isis, traveled to Galilee? It would only follow that Mary would want to introduce her son, whose ministry was growing rapidly, to teachings that she found personally meaningful. Let's start there. Jesus has returned from a wilderness fast in the desert, exhausted and depleted. His mother Mary, seeing how much he is suffering, takes the opportunity and begs him to slow down and rest for a few days before heading out on the road again. And when he does, she takes him to meet Mary Magdalene, who, with her followers, performs an embodied ritual of descent and rebirth with Jesus as witness. And we'd like to invite Melissa, Ruth, Edie, Danielle, and Nicole, and Jesse. I see that they're already here, and they're going to dance with us for this next song.
Dive through the darkness. I'm gonna lay in the darkness. I'm gonna ride in the darkness of my soul. I'm gonna dive to the darkness. I'm gonna darkness. I'm gonna wail through the darkness. I'm gonna scream in the darkness. I'm gonna sing in the darkness of my soul. Sing in the darkness of my soul. Wail in the darkness. Sing in the darkness of my soul. Sing, scream, wail, ride, die. I'm gonna move in the darkness. Through the darkness. Through the darkness. Shake, shake, shake. Dance with the darkness of my soul. Dance with the darkness. I'm gonna move through the darkness. I'm gonna shake through the darkness. With the darkness of my soul. I'm gonna move through the darkness. Move with the darkness. I'm gonna move with the darkness. I'm gonna shake. I'm gonna shake. I'm gonna move with the darkness. I'm gonna move with the darkness. I'm gonna shake. I'm gonna shake. I'm gonna dance with the dark. I'm gonna dance with the darkness. Dance with the darkness. Move with the darkness. Scream with the darkness. Sing through the darkness. Wail with the darkness. Sing through the darkness. I'm gonna dance with the darkness. I'm gonna dance with the darkness. I'm gonna dance with the darkness.
Jesus is clearly awestruck by Mary Magdalene and the power connected to the sensuous pleasure of being alive in a body. When they meet again, each with their own followers this time, encamped by a river, she continues to challenge his ideas. This time, his teachings found in the Sermon on the Mount, that earthly cares must be set aside and we should be like the lilies of the field. We are here in these bodies, she says. Of course we are concerned with how to nourish and protect them. You cannot escape a body suffering without first feeling it and acknowledging it. And who are you to tell people how to live their lives when you've barely lived yourself? Have you felt everything you need to feel to step into this role? You might be taking advantage of their hunger for a savior. And why are they looking outside of themselves for someone to save them in the first place?
I am the body of the maid in the garden, and the hands of the slave, calloused and hardened. I am the harsh voice of the mother chiding, and the wet-tongued lover writhing and writhing. I'm the strength of the mountain, the salt of the sea, the heart of the flame that burns wild and free. I'm the roll of the thunder, the whisper of rain, the woman who changes again and again. I'm not looking for a savior. I don't need to look anywhere else. I've saved my own life over and over. Each time it brings me closer to myself. the blood of the wound, the pinch of flesh, and the price beyond gold, the object of lust, and the hand that you hold, the comforter, curer, the healer of men, the queen of the castle, and the mother hen, the sister, the gossip, the witch, the best friend, the woman who changes again and again. I've been 100 women, I'll be 100 more. I'll just keep showing up, knocking down each new door, and every room will show me demons I haven't met before. And with each shadow, I'll take flight, just slip my wings and soar. Don't go looking for a savior. No Messiah's gonna save you from yourself. You can be the hero in your own life. There's no need to look anywhere else. There's no need to look anywhere else.
This is Mary Magdalene's I Am song, her declaration of sovereignty and independence. What does Jesus possibly have to offer a woman who has had to be everything for herself? But in this same moment, they come upon a funeral procession along the road. A young boy has died. His mother recognizes Jesus, whose reputation in Galilee has been growing, and begs him to say a prayer over her boy's body. Jesus, chastened by Mary Magdalene's words, demurs, saying he has nothing to offer. But Mary takes his hand and leads him to the child. Holding hands, they begin to pray, and the energy changes. The funeral crowd feels it and gathers around expectantly. Jesus and Mary Magdalene both lay their hands on the boy's body. The energy surges, and the boy opens his eyes and sits upright, very much alive. His mother screams. General pandemonium ensues. In the chaos, the two healers move away from the crowd and take a moment to themselves, trying to understand what has just happened. As they sing, the whole group is swept up in the incredible power of what has just transpired.
It isn't you, it isn't me.
There's a third thing in between.
It's the web, it's the glue.
It is more than just we two.
It turns the water into wine.
Cures the deaf, the lame, the blind.
It's an ocean.
It's a field.
It's the place where all can heal. For so long my course was set, I could just follow the thread to weave my people's dreams of me and what they thought my life could be.
A love like this was not the plan, and I had made my peace with that. A single star in the dead of night, my solitude burned pure and bright. Now like a comet you have come, exploding what I held tight for so long. It isn't you, it isn't me. There's a third thing in between. It's the web, it's the glue. It is more than just we two. Turns the water into wine. Cures the deaf, the lame, the blind. It's an ocean, it's a field. It's a place where all can heal. Are you
ready for what is coming? Are you prepared to walk through fire? Are you strong enough to sacrifice our lives upon the pyre? This path we're walking won't be easy, and very few will understand.
Why I will pour out every drop of myself.
I will pour out every drop of myself
into your open palms,
into your waiting hands. Dagger of light, I'm ready. Dagger of light, dagger of light, I'm ready. Dagger of light,
it is in me. There's the
dagger of light, I'm ready. Dagger of light, dagger of light, I'm ready. Dagger of
light. It's the place where all can heal. It's the place where all can heal.
This is a lightning bolt moment for Jesus and Mary Magdalene. They both recognize their capacities are exponentially magnified when joined together, and they begin working side by side in a combined ministry, learning from each other as they go. This alliance ignites tensions among Jesus' followers, as you can imagine. For separate reasons, his closest friends, Peter and John, both feel threatened by the presence of this mysterious woman who has made such an impact on Jesus, and they're keeping a close watch on her. Peter, who fancies himself as Jesus' right-hand man, sees Mary's presence as a distraction, taking Jesus away from the real work that needs to be done to free the Jewish people. John, who has up until this point been Jesus' mentee and closest companion, sharing an intimacy that was common at the time between male teacher and student, he feels the sting of Jesus' attention moving away from him.
It's not hard to imagine that the spiritual union felt between Mary Magdalene and Jesus develops into a more earthly love, and that the two of them begin to heal themselves through relationship. Before meeting Mary, Jesus probably held himself at arm's length from the world, understanding that his destiny might prevent him from having a wife or family. And Mary, a woman existing outside the bounds of wife and mother at that time, was surely no stranger to heartbreak. Perhaps she became entirely sovereign unto herself as a protection against further pain. In this next song, Mary Magdalene begins to teach Jesus that bodily pleasure is another pathway to intimacy with the divine, and perhaps the missing piece he has been denying himself.
Open your mouth, close your eyes. What do you taste?
Sweet, a little bitter.
No. What do you feel?
Oh,
What are you sensing?
such smoothness. I could devour.
Not yet. Let it stay there. Slow down.
So soft. Its flesh on my tongue melting.
Press it against the roof of your mouth.
Each crystal teasing my senses, dissolving.
Imagine Imagine it's me, this honey date my body. Devour me, consume me. Imagine it's me, it's my blood, this honey. Drink me, use me.
It's not enough, this paltry sweetness.
Give me the crunch of salt tears, the grit of your anger, your bitterness.
I want to taste you through the years.
The rush of your blood, the salt of your skin, the weight of your palm as it presses mine.
The crease of your smile, the bite of your teeth. Tell me again, we have more time. Can we loosen our grip and surrender? Throw ourselves into the lion's den, knowing every new layer of longing brings us closer than we've ever been. Let us meet in the river's whirlpool, where the current is wild and untamed, where the body and blood of the universe, where the one who cannot be named. Its majesty transforming, beyond me. Imagine it's me, broken into sunlight, dissolve me, absorb me. Even as their love grows deeper, the pressures of the outside world continue to mount. The disciples' distrust of Mary Magdalene grows with each passing day. Peter, in particular, begins to press Jesus into action, to step into his power as a leader of men. He feels they must go to Jerusalem, to the center of Jewish faith, to grow his ministry and perhaps show the corrupt priestly class the ways in which they have been led astray. Although Jesus is reluctant to draw attention to himself, he acquiesces on the condition that there be a bit of theater involved, to mock the notion of him having any kind of real power.
Many of you might be familiar with the legend of Jesus entering Jerusalem on a humble donkey, and the story that follows, where in a fit of rage against the corruption of the temple, he upends the moneylenders' tables and generally just makes a mess of things. What brings him to this somewhat out-of-character breaking point, where mockery of power turns into raw anger? In the aftermath, Mary Magdalene worries that he has given his enemies more fuel for their fire, handing them a reason to think him a dangerous zealot, rather than a peaceful teacher and healer. But Jesus is feeling the walls closing in, overwhelmed by the many demands and expectations coming at him from all sides, feeling that the end of the story has already been written. In the pain of this moment, both of them wonder if there is another way forward for them, one in which they might choose life over martyrdom.
I want you alive.
I want that too, with you by my
I
side.
want to take you away from this place.
Let's go, I'm ready. Let's vanish without a trace.
God help us.
God help us. Show us the oasis where new life begins at last.
God help us.
Send us down a river strong enough to wash away our past.
God help us.
Let us be strangers in a city where no one knows our name. I'm so tired of this desert and its never-ending pain.
There must be some place we can start again. I want to plant the tree of life with you. I want to seed roots strong and true. Watch as its limbs stretch towards the sun and harvest fruits for everyone. Let's get away from men who see you as the sacrifice they seek, and find the ones who can receive the truth of what you speak. This place is not yet ready for the message that we're bringing. They're still caught up in the old songs that the prophets used to sing. Take us somewhere you can be a man and not a king. I want to plant the tree of life with you. I want to seed roots strong and true. Watch as its limbs stretch towards the sun and harvest fruits for everyone. I want to grow this garden with you, down to each shoot so fresh and new. Savor each season come and gone. We're in no hurry. This life is long. We're in no hurry. This life is long.
And we will sit under the shade of our tree.
And we will laugh at our fortune and the great mystery.
Gray hairs on our head, no shoes on our feet.
As our grandchildren play in the dusty street.
And we'll praise the day that we ran away and chose life over death in all its joy and its pain.
Of course they would dream of running away. Who wouldn't in this moment? But we know where the story is heading. Someone else overhears their plan to flee. John, who in his jealousy has been spying on them and reporting back to Peter. Once he hears this news, Peter hatches a desperate plan to keep Jesus in Jerusalem. The disciples will turn him over to the Pharisees themselves. This will give Jesus an opportunity to perform one of his miracles and save himself, proving once and for all that he is the true Son of God.
Unaware that John has shared their plan with Peter, Mary and Jesus plot their escape, a return to Egypt, abetted by Jesus' mother. But Jesus wants to share a final meal with his disciples, to leave them with one last teaching. They plan a parting ceremony at the Passover Seder. They will give each disciple a dose of the psychedelic medicine that Mary Magdalene uses in her rituals, so that they can experience dying before death, and thus realize the God inside them. Once everyone has taken the medicine, and in another state, they will flee.
The plan begins to come undone once the disciples enter that dream state, however. John, haunted by his betrayal, confesses that the guards are already on their way to arrest Jesus and urges them to run. But it is too late. Looking out beyond the garden wall, Mary Magdalene and Jesus see that the place is surrounded. It is over. In their despair, they both wonder if God has forsaken them, as the guards take Jesus away.
You must go, you must run, you must live. You must keep this story going. Don't you see? You're the one who understands the message. You know you have my blessing, my love. Go, my love.
I can't go, I can't run, I can't leave you. Let me walk this path beside you. Be the steady hand that guides you. We are one. Don't you know our story isn't over? It's only just begun. How can we lose one another when we've only just been found? How could you take this from us, so precious and profound? How did I lose you? Must I walk this path alone? How have you forsaken me if you claimed me for your own? Lose you. I must walk this path alone. I will not forsake you. Nothing here can take me for your own. I will stand beside you. For your own. I will walk beside you. For your own. I'll be right beside you. For your own. I'll be right inside you.
There is a turn at the end of this song as Jesus accepts his fate, surrendering himself to God, and Mary accepts hers, that she will remain by his side and descend with him, underworld walker that she is, so that she can gather him up and bring him back to the light and to resurrection. Every moment of their lives has led them here. As she pledges to stay with him, the audience stays with her and witnesses her devotional vigil.
The music swells to a cacophony, while behind Mary Magdalene, images flash on the screen. The crucifixion, martyrdom, and the ensuing 2,000 years of bloodshed, conquest, and repression, all done in Jesus' name. She opens herself to it all, wrestling with it, grieving it, dancing through it. out of the cacophonous darkness, the light emerged to break through the rapture in the rupture. And maybe that is the true gospel of the Marys, that the power to create a life, art, a new world is inseparable from suffering, from death. They dance on a knife's edge together, arms linked, a beautiful human truth that is unbearably hard to take in. But even though it hurts, we must try to stay open to possibility, to a miracle, to life itself. And maybe this allows us to think about God in a new way, not as one all-powerful entity somewhere out there, perfect, separate from us, but living inside each of our imperfect, gorgeous hearts. It is in this encounter with self and with each other that we can meet God again and again when we allow ourselves to be open to it.
We end the show in the present moment. The stage is now a dive bar, and a woman who looks suspiciously like Mary Magdalene is on stage with a guitar. In the middle of the song, a man walks into that bar. We recognize him as Jesus. They lock eyes, remembering each other across space and time as the song ends and the curtain comes down. I had this dream. You were in the dream. You were the dream. It was you and me. We were floating on high, and we follow the star, shining its way across the depths of the sky. You and I, and the light was a song. You were singing to me. The notes emblazoned on my heart as we flew by, and I heard my own voice sing along with you too. We were both unfurled in the way that you do. When time isn't a thing, and belong to each other. In that moment of grace, in that moment of grace, in that moment of grace. When I woke, you were gone. Tell me, how is this real? I can't seem to find the words for how badly this feels. Will we ever again sail around the night sky in that shimmer in time with the stars flying by? So I'm singing this song. Maybe that is the dream. Can we find another lifetime to sing the same thing? A thread we can follow, a tune we can share. Will you promise to find me? Will you wait for me there? Where time, it isn't
moment of grace, in that moment of grace, in that moment of grace.